Hello, my friends. It's Jory with the Blissful Knowing, numerologist, intuitive counselor, and transformational life coach here to help support you in creating the reality that you prefer. You're a powerful, powerful creator, and we're all here to create the reality that we prefer. I learned a lot of important lessons in these last few weeks, and I am here happily, a little bit late, sort of a lot late on my terms, on March 11th, but perfectly divinely timed to talk about our March energies, which are master energy, which has master energy. And we have an 11 energy in March, and today is the 11th day of March. So I do feel that there is a synchronicity here. March 11th, the 11th day of an 11 energy month. How do we get 11 energy in numerology? Well, 2024 adds up to an 8 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So we're in an 8 year all year. And March is the third month of the year. So 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 is a master energy in numerology. It is the energy of spiritual messenger. So of course I am here with a spiritual message. Part of that message is crooked. Part of that message is how powerful you are. And that's going to bug me all this time because it's going to be crooked. But hold on, I'm going to fix it. It's still a very relevant message, crooked or not. So I'm happy to be here. I had quite a last 3 weeks. We had the Virgo full moon, and that was in my 8th house, shining a light on some things I need to look at and doing a lot of deep shadow work. And as a result of that challenging work, my immunity went a little bit, and I was dealing with just a little bit of something, but enough to keep me offline. And so it's been about a week. Usually it only takes me a couple days to feel better because I take so many different immunity boosters, but I needed that week off. And I started to wonder if I was even going to make it for a March live stream, but here I am, and I'm happy to be here. So hi guys, I'm happy to see you. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to try and squeeze this one in and get this fast. We'll see how we do because I have another appointment. Let's talk about the 11 energy of March. It's also a 3 month, and this is 11 and 3 of an 8 year. When we have high frequency 11 energy, this is energy that's above the body. It's above the crown chakra. It's above the physical reality. It's the angelic realm. It's the non-physical realm. When we have high frequency energy like this, it wants us, the purpose of this energy is to attune us to a higher frequency, to give us an opportunity to ascend and match that frequency. However, the way that it does that is by bringing up anything that is not a match. And I've talked about this many times in live streams if you've been with me for a while. But when I do Reiki, there's something called a healing crisis sometimes, depending on how much needs to be cleared. So we're infusing that Reiki energy, or we're setting the tone with that higher frequency energy, and we're giving the person receiving the energy an opportunity to match that frequency. But in order to do that, again, they need to let go of anything that's weighing them down so that they can rise up to that frequency. I'm going to show you my water glass because this is what we do every time we have 11 energy. And I think I missed it in November, but I use my water glass as an analogy. So 11 energy is vibrating very fast. The higher the frequency, the higher the vibration. It's shaking things up. Picture an opera singer, how they can have a high pitch that breaks through the glass. So if you think about this energy that's moving very rapidly, it's shaking things up. So you may have this, what looks to be a clear glass of water. Now I've got lemon pulp in here from my lemons. But things may look clear on the surface, but anything that's here in the bottom, that would be considered a lower, heavier, denser frequency. So we're talking about fears, beliefs that are not a match to your true core frequency. They're sitting here at the bottom. When we get the high frequency 11 energy shaking things up, those things start to raise to the surface, which means that now we're aware of them. They're up here, they're not down here, they're up here, and we can see them and we can experience them, and often we manifest them as a reality in our experience. It's coming to the surface, showing us, and so it needs to sometimes manifest as a fear, as something we don't prefer, so that we can see that it's there and then go in and do the cleanup work. The full moon in Virgo, cleaning things up. We are dealing with eclipse energy as well. This is such an intense time, guys. I'm so glad I have an opportunity to come on, because I thought, my goodness, between 11 energy and eclipse, I have to tell the people so they know what's going on. I have to tell the people. An eclipse will shine the light on the darkness. An eclipse is like lifting up the rug, just like the 11 energy, and seeing what's been hidden underneath. And the work needs to be done. If we don't do the work, if we don't do the cleanup, if we don't say, oh, look what's been hiding under there, let me now work through that and process those emotions, clear out beliefs that aren't serving us, understand the root of this experience that I've created for myself that I don't prefer, we deal with then a life that is not aligned with what we really prefer. But if we do the work, hi Sandy, if we recognize, okay, I'm experiencing a fear-based reality, or a reality that is not aligned with what I truly prefer, and we do the work to say, what must I believe is true about myself to be creating this reality? What is the belief that's creating this reality? What is the fear? Oftentimes, this goes very far back into the childhood, and this is subconscious fear, but because the 11 energy is bringing up those things that are in the subconscious to the surface, and the eclipse energy is lifting up the rug to show us what's hidden in the subconscious, this is an opportunity, a very, very powerful opportunity for us to look deeply into this and work with these fears. The fear is just a messenger to tell us that we have a belief that's out of alignment with our truth, with what we truly want to believe and experience in our reality. Hi, Rondell. Hi, Sandy. So once we do the clearing work, then we can match the higher frequency 11 and take our lives to the next level. And we're going back to what I talked about in the January live stream, hop our noodle poodle. We can have a quantum leap to a much higher timeline. That's what the 11 is inviting us to do, but we have to do the work. And this has been going on as a blanket experience for us for years. The energies are increasing. The higher frequency energies have been poured onto this planet, bringing up collective fears. We've been working with this for a long time because we chose to have this experience to ascend while in the body instead of ascend by dying and then going back to non-physical, which technically that's not how it works anyway, because we're always in non-physical, but I don't want to go on a tangent. So we're in a year of 8. This is about taking control of our lives. This is about manifesting. 11 energy is very much about tapping into the vibrational reality, the unseen non-physical version, the template level reality. So we can take the visions and we can create them. And if you're dealing with fears and you're having a lot of nightmares, which we're in Pisces season, we're having very vivid dreams. We have just a little bit left of Pisces season, which is very intuitive, as well as the 11th, very intuitive time. So what is your mind dreaming up? Is it dreaming up negative scenarios, fear-based scenarios, or is it thinking about the highest possible timeline for yourself, what you truly prefer? Because when we take this rapidly moving energy, the faster the energy moves, the faster we manifest. So when we take this master level 11 energy and we combine it with the 8's ability to manifest in physical reality, this is an incredibly powerful time for manifesting, especially we just had a new moon in Pisces yesterday. Pisces is the dreamer. New moon, setting intentions. What do we want to manifest? How can we use the power of visualization, which is what it's there for, to manifest our desires? We use the power of visualization by getting to the feeling place. We think about what we would prefer. We feel as if we're already there. We tap into that feeling, and that is what that frequency, when we tap into that feeling, sends out a signal magnetically to match things of that like frequency, so that you have more experiences on that level. So if you have things in your life right now that you don't prefer, they're showing you there needs to be some cleanup. And if you are thinking of fear-based scenarios, that's like your sneak preview of what you are putting your energy and momentum into, and that you will be creating for yourself. So this is a critical time to observe what you're thinking, what you're feeling, because your feelings are coming from something you're believing. And to recognize how powerful you are as a creator. With this rapid moving energy, like I said, things are going to manifest faster. Now we're going to also bring in the fact that it's a March energy of 3, which is the creator. So we're creating with our power, and we're using the 11 energy to visualize. What happened to me in the last few weeks, I know that I call it an initiation. Life is always giving me lessons so that I can come here and tell you guys everything I learned. Is I saw that there was a fear within me that was still active on a subconscious level, that still had enough momentum to create a scenario I didn't prefer. And once I saw that, I was able to do a 180. I was able to go back in and rewind and say, what's going on in here? Because we create life from the inside out. What's going on in here? What do I need to shift in here internally so that my outside is a reflection of what I truly prefer? Remember, we have this consciousness is projecting out into our reality. There is no real reality. We all have our little reality bubbles, and we're creating them by what's going on in here, and it's projecting out. So using the reflections in our life, relationship reflections, relationship dynamics. We have this eclipse coming up in Libra. Eclipses can close the door on an old life and open the door to a new life. It can be like shutting the lights off, and when the lights come back on, again, you've hopped your noodle. It's a different, you can't go back. You can't turn around. And Libra is the sign of relationships. With the nodes, since last July all the way through this year, the lunar nodes being in Libra and Aries, we are being strongly invited, encouraged to look at our relationships. Hi, Linda. To look at where, with the South Node in Libra, South Node is what we need to let go of, the shadow side. I've been saying this every live stream. Where are we in doormat energy? Where are we in people-pleasing energy? Where are we in codependent energy? We will have another eclipse in Aries. These are very, very powerful eclipses coming up. It's March 25th, I believe, and April 8th. But the eclipse, we're already in eclipse season. We're already in the corridor. So like we're already getting all of this coming up for us. The Aries is asking you to focus on yourself, to strengthen your sense of self, the I am energy. That's the North Node. This is where we're all heading. And to strengthen your sense of independence. And together we are working on creating more balance in our relationships and interdependence within our relationships. What I'm seeing from a lot of people is, how can I word this? Let me think about what I want to say here, because I don't want to say anything personal about anybody. Hold on. An opportunity to stand in your power that comes from having a strong sense of self, having a strong sense of boundaries, and having a strong sense of self-respect. That is what aligns us with harmonious relationships. When you can come into a relationship knowing who you are and knowing what you will and will not allow, because you are responsible for what your energy, what you bring, and what you allow into your energy field. There's been a huge imbalance, especially in feminine energy, where we have allowed a lot of things. And I do feel that the divine feminine energy in all of us, that's men and women, is coming back into balance. They're not going to let me talk more about that. That's so funny because they know I'm going to go on a tangent. Okay. Basically, my friends, hi Blair. I'm going to sum this up because we're going to do cards because we're getting very serious. It's a very, very powerful time for manifesting. However, we can manifest what we don't prefer if we're not paying attention to our focus. And this is an incredible opportunity for us to do some serious cleanup work, which can give us an incredible noodle hopping experience, a quantum leap to do a 180 in our reality. The people in my life who are close to me who know what I experienced in the last few weeks are in awe by the way that I've shifted my reality. I have shifted the dynamic completely in a 180 because I did such powerful work on myself. This is an incredible time to connect one-on-one and really look at what's going on for you so we can figure out why it's going on and clear it out. It's exciting when we recognize how powerful we are, and it's exciting to see how quickly we can shift our reality from what we don't prefer to what we do. This is a time when we're all here to remember our power. We came here to experience our power. We came here hold on, to transform the darkness into light. But enlightenment is about shining a light again on those dark parts of ourselves, so we can clear that out and raise our frequency and truly, truly create the things that we prefer. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but apparently this is a message that they want me to keep reiterating, so I'm doing it. Anyway, in other words, shit hit the fan in my life, but it's all good now. I fixed it, I flipped it and reversed it. Yes. And it's exciting to see it happen and to remember how powerful I am. And I want to remind you guys that you have the same ability, and I can assist you in doing that because I've done it myself. So let's do cards because that shit got really serious. They're also talking about the 3 energy is speaking our truth. 3 energy of March is speaking our truth. So first we need to speak our truth to ourselves, and then we may need to speak it to others because it's combined with the 8 energy of empowerment versus victim mentality. Very important to recognize if you're in victim mentality. We can speak very powerfully, even again if we're just speaking our truth to ourselves about our power and remembering that we have the power to say no. I think it's incredibly important to learn the power of saying no, or the power of even staying silent, because there is great power in that. The 11 energy wants us to dream big. It wants us to tap into our intuition. It wants us to use the power of visualization. And it wants to share messages that are inspiring and uplifting, especially powerful messages that come from you learning your own power. I think that's all that wants to be said, but things come up during the cards. So this was kind of a weird format for my live stream. I didn't have any notes. I didn't really even know I was going to go live until like a few hours before. I thought I'm going to try and squeeze it in. So if it seems choppy, it's because I just showed up because I was told to, and I'm just receiving in the moment. I didn't really have I didn't have many thoughts in advance. So I feel a little bit choppy. Not as fluid as I usually am. All right, guys. We're doing 4 cards from my Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards. What we have, what we want, what we need, what we get. So happy to see you here, Blair. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hopefully when I watch the live stream, I will not feel as choppy because I feel super choppy. We are going to do we're going to do our blessing. It's like I'm rusty, huh? Blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms Flowering Intuition cards. And our challenge to embrace from My Love is Everywhere Hearts and Nature cards. Things are interesting with the nodes, guys. If you don't know where the nodes are hitting your chart, it's really interesting. The North Node's hitting my home and family, which is asking me to focus more in that direction. I've definitely been doing that. It's been a little bit harder. One of the reasons it's been a little bit hard for me to come live too. And the South Node is hitting my career house, which has me wondering if I'm going to make some big changes with my work, and it had me questioning if I was maybe not supposed to be doing lives anymore. So it feels good to be on here, but just letting you guys know, I'm also in a 1 year, which is a lot of new beginnings, and we're all in this 8 year of transformation. So especially in Pisces season, we need to be in the flow, but things may be changing for me. So just giving you guys a heads up in case anything feels a little bit different. Pisces season is also the last sign of the zodiac. So there is, again, I used the term cleanup because we had the Virgo full moon. There is a letting go as we come to the 12th sign, the end of the 12th sign before we start the astrological new year. It's a time of rest, Pisces season. And it's a time of connecting between the worlds. I have a lot of Pisces energy in my chart. Things just are so major in the astrology, my friends, with the eclipse and the spring equinox, however you want to say. And if it feels bumpy and if it feels like big things need to be changed or have recently changed, or maybe there's more that's going to show up out of the blue with an eclipse, it's kind of a wild card energy, but it's an important marker on our timeline. Just know that I'm here for you. I do offer one-on-one sessions, theblissfulknowing.com, because it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on, and it's life-changing pivotal moments. And it can be exciting, but it can also feel destabilizing. And so I want you to know that I am here for you to shine a light of clarity and help you to restabilize who you are and where you're going. Because there's a lot. Have I said that yet? It's intense, people. It's intense. And if you're not feeling any of that, then yay, the eclipses aren't hitting you in any important areas of your chart. But I believe that these are going to affect a lot of people, these eclipses. And we're all in relationships. And because it's the relationship access, remember, a relationship is here to show us, to hold up a mirror for us, to show us what we most need to look at in ourselves. I think that we're all in relationships and it's affecting all relationships. So use your relationships the way that they are designed, which is as a tool, as a mirror for growth. And if you need help breaking down the reflection, I'm here to help you with that. Linda says lots going on at home, actually. Yeah, it's if you're familiar with how to read an astrology chart and you have to know your exact birth time for this, then you will be able to determine what houses the eclipses are happening in. So where your focus is. And because my focus is more on home and family right now and pulling away in the South Node from the work stuff, I was questioning, okay, does this mean less live streams, less online time? I don't know. I just wondered that because I was pulled away these last few weeks. So if you don't see me, just know I'm still kicking it. You can always message me if you want to do a private session and want to know my availability. But I do make time for my clients. My clients are my family. So family, y'all part of the family. When I say focus on family, if my clients need me, I do everything I can to be there for them. So I'm still around and doing sessions. I just may not be on Facebook as much, but maybe things are turning around now that I've done so much work in the last few weeks on the internal piece. I had that contraction. Now I can be in expansion again. All right. So what we have, want, need, and get from the Blissful Knowing Inner Guidance cards. I haven't even shaken my pom-pom, and I feel like I need to just shake it to say, yay, I'm here. I made it live. And I'm grateful to be feeling better. Okay. And I'm grateful for all of you. What we have. Ooh, I love this. Okay, now this one really does deserve a pom-pom. You are on the right track. Hallelujah. Amen. You are on the right track. Isn't this just the most wonderful card to get for what we have? It's such a great confirmation. We are here and we are on the right track. Nothing's going wrong. Everything is happening for us, not to us. Everything serves. Everything serves. Even the things we think we don't want that are showing up in our lives are there to help us clarify what we do want. So everything serves. We're on the right track, baby. Choo-choo. Chugga-chugga choo-choo. Things flow smoothly when you are on the right track. Notice the doors that are opening for you. They are indications that you are headed in the right direction. There's no need to get ahead of yourself. Just take one step at a time. Keep your intentions clear and your goal in mind. Continue to follow your inner guidance and allow the momentum of your inspirations to move you forward. We're taking one day at a time. That's what we're doing. One day at a time, one moment at a time. We will be guided in the moment, but we are on the right track. I find that extremely comforting right now. Because I felt like until I could come on and do this live stream, I kind of felt like I wasn't on the right track. I was like, I didn't turn in my homework assignment, universe. Sorry about that. But my homework assignment in the last week was to rest and to not feel guilty for resting. And 8 energy puts a lot of pressure. It can't relax very well because it's always thinking about the future and what it needs to get done. It's very action oriented. It's very masculine energy. And I have a Capricorn rising, and Capricorn is just like 8. And it's like, okay, you have stuff to do. You have stuff to do. Like, you need to go. You need to do it. And so saying I need to rest is like an internal struggle, because I can rest, but to rest my mind and say it's okay to rest, it's okay, it's important, it has value, it's good, you need to do this, and not have any guilt attached to it, that's tricky. I'm working on that one. It's harder in the 8 year. It was easier last year in the 7 year because it was the year of stillness. And I was like, okay, we're resting. We're good. We need to recharge. But the 8 years, like, you have shit to do. You need to do it. It's the Ass Rider to the Rescue energy. Hi, Aquila. You know, I have that theme song for the 8, Ass Rider to the Rescue. Yeah, so 8's like, you have stuff to do. I'm a monkey on your back. You need to stay on the treadmill. You can't get off. You have to keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Like Capricorn, up the goat, the sea goat that goes climbing up the mountain. You need to get to the top. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's the 8. It doesn't really quiet down. Fortunately, the moon's in Aries, and that helps today. And we've got Mercury in Aries now, which is more driven than the Mercury in Pisces, which was like this blur, swirly, and that made it a little bit harder to even think about going live, because it's like all the, like, how do I put these thoughts, these visions into a sentence? Aries is more direct. Mercury, communication, thoughts, mindset in Aries, more direct right now. And we have that for quite a while. We do have a Mercury retrograde coming up April 1st. So we have, I think it's through May 8th, we have Mercury in Aries right now. Anyway, we're on the right track. I'm like, let's just hold up the pom-pom. We don't have time to shake it, says the 8. So what we want, okay, lovely. Trust your intuition. Again, 11 energy is the energy of the psychic. It's the energy that puts me on here. Oh my God, I'm going to do it again, aren't I? The energy that that inspires me to come on live is the 11 energy. It makes it easier for those of you who are not typically that sensitive, which you probably all are because you're watching me and like attracts like, sensitive to your inner guidance. It's like a thinning of the veil, they say. That's the term they use. So it's like easier to tap into your intuition during 11 energy. So we want to trust our intuition, and that's how we stay on the right track. Hi, Katie. By trusting our intuition. I'm going to have to put the glasses on, people. Each of us is born with an internal guidance system that gently leads us in the direction of our desires. Learn to recognize and trust your inner voice. The more you consult and trust your intuition, the smoother your life will flow. Ask yourself if you have been ignoring or disregarding your gut feelings and instincts. It's time to pay closer attention to the subtle messages your higher self is offering you. Now, I mentioned at the end of the year live stream, the 2024 live stream, that we had a year, last year of 7, the year of the mystic, the year of the antenna, the year of stillness and meditation, the year of strengthening our spiritual basis, or creating a spiritual foundation for ourselves. And how important it was, the reason why the 7 comes before the 8 is we need to have that connection established, which we always have the antenna, but we need to make sure it's up there. We need to have our spiritual alignment in order, the ability to access spiritual alignment before we can manifest what we prefer in the 8 year. So with the 8, it's busy and it's thinking it's physical, tangible, material world. Sometimes we forget, or we don't give ourselves permission, like I mentioned with the 8 saying, let's go, 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 to slow down and get still and get quiet and listen to those intuitive whispers. And so they were honing it in, and you guys, maybe you remember, they were like, you have to keep the 7. Let's see if they still have this in front of me. You have to have mastered the 7 before you can master the 8 of manifesting. You have to know, I don't have it, how to tap in to the and listen and recognize and trust and those intuitive whispers, so you know what to act on. You can get that GPS signal. You can take direction from the higher self and then take inspired action. That's how we stay on the right track. Our GPS is working. Our GPS is what keeps us on the track. So we want to we need to, and we want to recognize when our intuition is talking to us, which it's always talking to us. So we want to be able to maintain clear receptivity, which reminds me I need a poof because my hair is an antenna in itself. Woo! Poof it up. I like it. Divalicious. Okay, so trust your intuition. We first need to recognize we have an intuition. We all have a built-in GPS, inner guidance. Then we need to learn to recognize how our intuition communicates with us. And then we need to know that we can trust it and then act on it. It's like a 4-step process, because so many clients would come to me and say, oh, I knew that. I had a feeling about that, but they didn't act on it because they didn't trust it. They didn't recognize it as their intuition. They didn't trust it wholeheartedly, and therefore they went against it. They acted out of desperation instead of inspiration. And then looking back, they're like, oh, I should have listened to my gut feeling. And I always say, well, the blessing of this situation is now you know your intuition is trustworthy and you know what your intuition feels like, so you can recognize that. But instead of waiting for your gut feeling to be like, no, don't do that, if you can create that spiritual practice, which Saturn in Pisces is asking us to have spiritual discipline and create boundaries, which I want to go on a tangent about that again, but I won't. If you have learned to create a spiritual practice for yourself, then you will be tapping in daily to your intuition, or minute by minute all day. Every morning I meditate and I clean out my emotional closet as needed. And then I will use my cards on my Deckable app, my decks, my 3 decks on the app Deckable, to pull cards for myself. So this is a conversation I'm having with my higher self. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? Just like we're doing here. All right, so what do we need? Woo! Good cards. Worth the wait, my friends. Worth the wait. We need to make it happen. Woo-hoo! And we need to remember what's coming through on this card, which I'm going to read now. And it's nice big print, so I don't have to put glasses on. Yay. We need to make it happen, friends. You have all the power you need to manifest your desires. We need to remember that. Remember, I came on, and we're still crooked? What in goodness' name? You, hold on, it's going to piss me off. You are powerful. We need to remember that you are powerful. You have all the power you need to manifest your desires. You were born with the ability to overcome any obstacle. Create the life you want by first believing in yourself and your capabilities. Action steps are required. This is not the time to sit idly. Know that you have what it takes to succeed. I believe this originally was the 8 card. We're in an 8 year. You have the power to manifest. That's what 8 is giving us, is showing us, is reminding us. 8 is the power to manifest. You were born with the ability to overcome any obstacle. 8 is about taking control of your life and therefore being resilient. When you flip the 8 over, it's still an 8. It's the rebounding. It's the, what is the word? It's not resilient. It's not rebound. Maybe it is. Bounce back. It's the bounce back energy. Create the life you want by first believing in yourself and your capabilities. 8 is capability. Action steps are required. 8 is action. Know that you have what it takes to succeed. 8 is success. Make it happen. You need to remember that you can make it happen. You need to remember that you have all the power you need to manifest your desires. And in the beginning of this live stream, I talked about how we can manifest our fears or we can manifest what we prefer. But we need to be paying attention to what we are thinking about, what we're imagining, and we need to be paying attention to what is truly manifesting in front of us in our physical reality, so we can say, more of that, please, or oh shit, uh-oh, I know I don't prefer that. Let me go back in and rewire the circuitry here and clear the virus out in my operating system so that I can get things working again the way I want it. It's very Virgo to go in there and mechanically change the computer program. Full moon, we're talking about the full moon in Virgo shining that light on what we needed to look at. Another astrologer said a full moon is like a check engine light. Because something needs to be looked at, and an eclipse is a full moon on steroids. And we are about to have the full moon eclipse. We've got 2 eclipses coming up. Big stuff's happening. What do we get? Lisa says resonating. Yay. Thank you for that feedback. Ooh, you guys. It's like the yummiest yum. Like I just feel like I just ate something really yummy because this reading is yum. What do we get? New Horizons. Freaking love this. You guys, we're on the right track and we get New Horizons and we can make it happen. All we need to do is trust our intuition. Isn't that poofalish? Isn't that just freaking lovely? New Horizons. This is the eclipse energy, eclipsing things out of our life. It eclipses people, places, things out of our life that are not a match to our new frequency. How do we get to our new frequency? We raise up. We raise up to match the 11 energy by letting go of heavy, dense fears, beliefs, and all that stuff that's no longer, it's the virus in the operating system. We're clearing it out. So an eclipse season is an opportunity for big, dramatic changes. And here we are about to hit Aries season, the beginning of the new astrological year. This is New Horizons. We're in Pisces season. letting stuff go. We're ending a cycle. New horizons. This is exactly what this card says. A chapter is ending and positive changes are on the horizon. I think it's March 21st. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that we start this Aries season. Find freedom in releasing the past and living in the now. We've been talking about living in the now, and we're talking about clearing out the old. Let go. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's exactly what I've been saying. Let go of anything that is weighing you down. It's time to start fresh. Welcome this new phase of your life and look forward to exploring new and exciting experiences. Aries is new and exciting. That's what Aries is. It's fire energy. It's like the Fool card in tarot. It's new and fresh and exuberant. Doesn't really know where it's going, but it's excited. It's like, I'm off on an adventure and I'm excited. So we need to let go. We need to purify our water. Okay, so Pisces season, just wrapping it up here, another week or so. Pisces is a water sign. Pisces absorbs energy because it merges energy. This is how I can do my intuitive readings. So strong Pisces energy. Merges with others. When you merge with others, you don't know because it doesn't have boundaries. And Saturn in Pisces is asking us to create boundaries in a boundless sign. Saturn is boundaries. Structure rings around Saturn. Boundaries. Pisces is this misty. It doesn't have boundaries. Think of the ocean. It's just like how do you contain something that's just everywhere? You don't. It's tricky. But Pisces energy merges with other people's energy. It's very compassionate. It's empathetic. And it can get polluted. It can get easily polluted because if I was to put one drop of food coloring or one drop of anything in this water, the entire body of water now has changed. So somebody else's energy comes into your energy field, you merge. Guess what? Now you are reflecting. Pisces is reflective. That water, like you look into the body of water and you see your reflection, reflecting somebody else's energy back at them, and often they're going to project their stuff on you. But they're just seeing their reflection. Anyway, Saturn in Pisces is asking us for spiritual hygiene because it's boundaries around our energy field. Keeping the water clean, keeping our energy field clean. How do we do that? Meditation, doing the shadow work, deeply, deeply looking, recognizing that if we aren't feeling like ourselves or we're creating something in our reality that we don't prefer, there's something that needs to be cleaned up and purified. This is how we incrementally raise our frequency and ascend the whole planet. Purify the planet, purify the earth. We have to do the work individually on ourselves, and then we see the reflection outside of ourselves. So, boundaries, 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 my spiritual peeps, boundaries. It's tricky. We want to help others. We care, but we need to also be the inner parent to our inner child and keep ourselves protected, safe, and clear, and healthy. Boundaries. Woo, boundaries. Keeps coming up. Okay, so 2 more cards. Blessing to remember, challenge to embrace. Blessing to remember from the Zen Blossoms, Flowering Intuition. Oh my gosh, I can't. It's so freaking good. This is such a good reading. It's like it takes over my body and I'm like, the energy. It's so good. Blessing to remember, fulfillment. Oh my God. We have the ability and are here for the purpose of fulfilling whatever we want, that we want to create for ourselves, or fulfilling our divine mission to align with to be the fullness of who we are. Fulfillment is about being the fullness of who we are, but also making all of our desires come true, making our wishes come true, because this is a pentas flower, and it's also called the Egyptian star flower. And so every one of these stars is in bloom. When you wish upon a star, wish is fulfilled. Every one of these wishes, every one of these stars has been fulfilled. We're all here to fulfill, again, our purpose of being ourselves as fully as possible. Each one of us is a star flower that came here from the stars to bloom, to fulfill our divine purpose, which is to be ourselves as fully as possible. Fully. Fulfillment. I swear there's a full somewhere in there. I don't know. Maybe it's just all coming together in my brain as one glob, but that's okay. We have the power to manifest the reality we prefer. The reality that is in alignment with our true core frequency, which is love, which is joy, which is bliss, which is expansion. This is the most expansive flower. Look at this. Every single one is in bloom. Every one of you. We're all here to bloom. The 11 energy is fertilizer right now. It's springtime, guys. It's encouraging rapid growth within us. But we need to nourish ourselves. We need to nourish ourselves. We need to make sure we're getting the sunlight. We need to make sure we're getting the water. The 11 energy will fertilize us, but if you fertilize a plant and it doesn't have sun and water, it's not good. Again, are we allowing the fear to just manifest and not saying, hey, something isn't in alignment here. I need to do some work. Thank you, reflection, for showing me I don't prefer you and I need to go back in and fix my operating system. That's what we're here to do. Okay, challenge to embrace from the Love is Everywhere Hearts in Nature deck. Again, you guys, we got this last month. Journey, the bougainvillea. See that heart in there? The bougainvillea that grows up the vine in a spiral. Do you guys see my new Pilates muscles coming back? Coming back because I used to do Pilates and I'm back. And they're coming back. They're coming back. They're in there somewhere. I see them. I saw a shadow. Woohoo! Okay, so we're spiraling. We're moving in spirals. We don't move in a straight line. We go in spirals, which means we come back around to the same thing, but older and wiser. So if things are coming back up, we're about to go into retrograde April 1st. We're in the shadow period. So that, for me, when a lot of things start coming back up, when things are coming back up that we thought, oh my gosh, this again, we're older and wiser. How can we respond differently to see that we've grown? That we're higher up on the pole, on the vine. Journey is about the journey of life and about taking one step at a time. Like I've been saying, you're on the right track. It literally says take one step at a time here. Make sure you're checking in with your intuition so that you can make it happen. You make it happen, again, by tuning into your intuition first and then believing in your capabilities and clearing out the old to bring in the new. And understanding that you have the power to fulfill all of your desires. So we're taking one day at a time, guys, and that reminds me, with the live streams, my goal is to take the pressure off myself of trying to do them in the 3D timing of, oh, well, I have to do it before April 1st because it's April. I'm going to trust my inner guidance to tell me if I need to come on and when I need to come on. I'm going to flow like Pisces energy. So, working on taking the pressure off myself. Damn 8, Ass Rider energy. All right. I think that's it, my friends. Theblissfulknowing.com is my website. If you're waiting on a chart from me, thank you for your patience. I'm getting caught up. And check out theblissfulknowing.com, guys. I have a lot to offer there. I'd love to talk with you one-on-one. There's so much more that can come through. so much more, because this is just a blanket reading for all of us. I love doing the one-on-one readings because we get so detailed and nitty-gritty about what's going on for you and what the advice is for you and how you can expand into more of who you are and more of what you prefer. So I will link my website below. Please let me know how you're doing. It's been a long time since I've connected with you guys, so do leave a comment. I read all the comments, and please, if you're watching the replay, say hi. Don't forget to like this video and share it if you feel inspired. I also have a YouTube channel that's very tiny, but I set it up for closed captioning for those of my clients who need that. But please do also subscribe to my YouTube, because I'm pondering different things I might do on the YouTube, which could be really fun. And I want to have a backup place for just in case. It's always good to have another backup place. Also, go to theblissfulknowing.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, and sign up for my newsletter. And then go to your email and confirm. That would be awesome, just to make sure I can stay in touch with you in many different ways if I am being called more away from social media. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll see. None of us know, but we are on the right track. The YouTube channel is The Blissful Knowing, and I will link that below too. So I look forward to reading your comments, guys. It's great to see you all, and I'm excited for our spring Aries poofaliciousness of freshness. Very excited about that. So eclipse season, strap in, guys, hold on tight, and I will see you on the other side of the first eclipse, hopefully. Definitely on the other side of the Aries season. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.